Okay, this is going to be a short video about the Moving Man simulation because there's a few of you that haven't been able to open it. So I'm going to run it and then you can at least see what's happening so you can answer the questions. All right, so see if I can get this opened. And get it so we can see it. Okay, so in step one, it says I'm supposed to move my man to the right. So here he's going to the right, and the question asks you what happens to his position. So you're going to be looking here at the position readings. Then I'm supposed to move the man to the left toward the tree, and again, see what happens. Okay, now this time we're going to look here past the 0. So now you want to look at those position readings as we pass the 0. Okay, then for step 3, I'm supposed to click the chart tab at the top. And then I'm supposed to push play. And the man just sits still, and I'm supposed to be looking here at what my position graph looks like. Then I'm going to move the man to the right and see what happens to my position graph. Then I'm supposed to move him left and see what happens to my position graph. Okay, so here's when I was going to the right, and then I had to turn around. Now here's when I was going to the left. Here's when he's not moving, and here is when he's not moving. Okay, so that gets us through step 5. Then we're going to go into part 2, which is on velocity. I'm going to go back to the introduction tab. And this time they want me to say reset all. So it says, are you sure? I'm going to say yes. So I get him back to the middle. And then I'm supposed to type in a velocity of 1 and click the velocity vector. I'm going to push play. And I'm supposed to observe the motion of the man and the size of the velocity vector. Then once again, I'm going to reset all. I'm going to go on to the next one. And in the next one, they want me to type in a velocity of 3. And now push play again. And mark the velocity vector. And then they want me in step 7 to describe the motion of the man and how the size of the velocity vector changes when the velocity was increased. So from the first time to this second time when the value was 3. Okay, then I'm going to reset and I'm going to do the same thing again, except for now I'm supposed to put in a velocity of -1. Mark my velocity vector. Watch him. And then I'm going to put in -3 and do the same thing. Okay, and then they want me to say what changes occurred in the motion of the man. That was step 8. Then I'm going to go for step 9, go back to the chart tab and reset all, which looks like we're reset already. Then I'm going to type a velocity of 1 into the velocity box and push play and see what it looks like. So here's 1, and I'm going to push play. Okay, and they want to know what the graph looks like when the velocity is constant. Then I'm going to type in a velocity of 3 and do the same thing again. Push play. So here is when I was at 1, here is when I was at 3. And they want to know, how did the velocity graph change when the velocity was greater? And then this stuff over here, this is just garbage. This is after he hit the brick wall. And then question 11 says when the velocity is constant, so right here, they want to know what the corresponding acceleration graph looked like. So right here, my velocity was constant. Here's what it looks like on the acceleration graph. Here, my velocity was constant, and here's what it looks like on the acceleration graph. All right, now I'm going to reset all, and I'm going on to step 12. It says now I'm supposed to type a velocity of -1 into there and push play. And then again, I'm supposed to put in -3 and push play. And then the question 12 says what changed in the velocity graph when the velocity was negative? So they want to know how does this velocity graph look different than the one that we had before, since this one's negative. Okay, then we're supposed to go back to the introduction tab, and I'm going to reset all, get back to where we were at the beginning. Then I'm supposed to type in an acceleration of 2, and then I'm supposed to put play. And I'm going to do that again because that happened pretty quickly. Whoops. Acceleration 2, push play. And they want to know what happens to the velocity of the man where there is an acceleration. Then I'm supposed to go to the chart tab. I'm on step 14. Reset all. Then I'm supposed to type in an acceleration of 2 and push play. And this time I'm supposed to describe what the graph looks like. And they want me to say what the position graph looks like, what the velocity graph looks like, and what the acceleration graph looks like. And notice this is not at 0 because we set it at 2. And then anything past here, like where this dips down and where this goes over here, that's after he crashed. So you're looking at this part, and this part for the 3 graphs. And then after that, there's just summary questions. So hopefully that will help.